We should be very good with the sound now. Yeah, I've done my own technical. Yeah, please signal me. Is there no sound still? I think there should be sound now. There should be. Okay. So we are good. We are good to go. The breakfast show that I guess the rescue mission, trembling, worried, confused, because here we do not mince our words, especially I do not mince my words. For one bit, we will continue to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. And of course, this morning we're going to talk youth matter. I'm told that the president, the newly inducted president of the Federation of Liberian Youth, in our house out of the city, I didn't pay much of an attention to the program. So our good friend Ns Duku Jala, whose election became kind of contested, but then as God could have it, tested the system, and then his election got validated by the courts, and then subsequently last week also he got finally inducted into office. And so the president of the Federation of Liberian Youth, Ns Duku Jala, is expected to sit with us this morning to talk youth matter, to talk flower, and all of that. But just before that time, yesterday was a great moment up Capitol Hill, this time at the Liberian Senate, the House of Elders, as they engage back to back the members of the John Security. For the most part, ever since this whole drug situation started, and yesterday we saw Mr. Gregory Coleman, Mr. Gregory O.W. Coleman. He was there. So he has been very rude to the senator of Nimba County, Samuel Koga, and refer to Koga as a loose talker. So Koga talks loosely. And this is where we are. But again, that's what you get. This is the animal farm. Animals in green clothes are good. Animals in other clothes are bad. Once you're not wearing the green, you're not thinking green, you're not behaving green, you wear critical garment, or they treat you the outcast. It doesn't matter where your positions were, it doesn't matter what role you play, they treat you the outcast. Oh yeah, we've seen that before. Feki, languaging behind bars. Yeke Koluba is out there. Masquerading in the wilderness. Steve Zago. It's up and down, no pay, no pay. Oh yeah. Koga is the subject of insults, the subject of abuse. And then the street dogs have been unleashed on Samuel Koga. He's been insulted, attacked, disrespected, and nobody is talking about that. But yeah, besides a lot of things have been critical, and there was some very fine critique of the joint securities presentation by some of our senators. It's good to acknowledge those ones. We want to look at that and see what we can. And of course, this morning, we'll also go back a little bit, like I told you on yesterday, to look at the events in Grand Jida. Oh, yes, it's important. Look at those events. Then, lastly, as you may know, the civil society strength have continued to build momentum, carry out awareness and mobilization for its July 17th protest. Yesterday we saw a very huge turnout of folks marching the streets, building momentum, sending out awareness. I will try to speak with for the massacre just in case we can. Bastin's July 17th protest. What are the core issues? Yesterday we had Soup. Soup explaining something for the 26th. It looks like July is going to be protest more. Folks, my name is Abu Sharif, and of course, this is the shipping size of the conversation for you right here on the Freedom Morning Rise, Freedom 87.9, Liberia's most informative breakfast conversation. And so Austin might join us at some point, but this is how we like to begin the conversation. So this is it. Let me take a break will come stop up, but just before I do that, the World Cup is on, and it is a beautiful thing. This edition of the World Cup is a little different because you know FIFA increased the number of teams, and that triggered into an increment in Africa's representation, and thereby creating, you know, degree of advantage for Africa progress in the World Cup. That's how a lot of us have seen it. See, for those of us that argue, the more teams you have there, the bigger your chances are, right? More teams. So the more the data appears in the metrics, right? The possibilities are that will come out. What is that? Is that permutation or combination? Something like that. The mathematicians will know exactly what we're talking about. So you have, I think, about 10 African teams. So it was the day before yesterday. Cote d'Ivoire went out, and then yesterday, DR Congo, they played a very beautiful game. They held the English team down, and very defensive. But the thing African teams need to understand, this whole defensive posturing cannot, because you're playing established team with well experienced players. And I don't see how you can sustain, a defensive posture against teams like England with the firepower they have, right? Teams like, uh, I'm not sure if you can, like last night game with Senegal and right Norway, Sweden, sorry, Senegal and Sweden. I'm not sure if you can maintain the firepower. Senegal and Belgium, sorry, Romelu Lukaku, right? You have Talisman, you have all these brilliant, established, professional elites, footballing talents, and then you go far behind. You allow yourself to be on the back foot for a long period in the game, then you get exhausted. And then as soon as the men score one goal, there can be a whole psychological breakdown, tactical dismantling. That's exactly what we've been seeing with the African teams consistently and all of that. The only team that kind of play a little differently is Morocco. Like even if Morocco is losing the game, you see that Morocco game is a little different from the rest of our other, especially our West African teams. I think Ghana should be playing today or so, right? Check the picture. Oh yeah, man! Yesterday was so very terrible. I ended up felt bad. 2 goals to zero. Then the minute came from behind and whipped it three. That was too humiliating. Senegal should have maintained that game and won that game. And the good thing about it, the Belgian team is not as fiery as they used to be. No, they are not like that. But these World Cups are beautiful, and they're very beautiful. And I think it's going on quite well, right? And I think they're going on quite well from the look of things, right? From the look of things, and I think we have. I think only Morocco has qualified so far, right? Only Morocco. So let me take a quick stop of area, make some adjustments.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know. See, so if you see crowd, hold it. Don't take no in your head for the repertoire. Let it not take your of it. Come step by here for us. We deserve that to be
Hey,
our
have you heard the good news for high school graduates, job seekers, and scholars? Professor D. Ansusoni Polytechnic, an institution of higher learning, is proud to announce admissions for the 2026-2027 academic school year. Whether you're passionate about education, technology, business, healthcare, or social development, we have the right program for you. Our 2 years associate degree program prepares you for immediate employment or advancement for our 4 years bachelor's degree program. We offer comprehensive facilities, including equipped science laboratory, computer center, advanced digital library, and everything you need to learn comfortably. Special discount promotion. First 30 students get free registration. So, rush now. Entrance runs from July 3 to the 31st. Limited spots available. We are located at Virginia Hotel Africa Road, United Community, opposite Conference Center Junction. Call us now. Plus 231 886 544-887 plus 231-777-738-077. Visit our campus for a tour. Don't miss this opportunity.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. Take advantage of just all of the opportunities that are available. You can do that, right? Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, let's hope and pray that Africa can really put up the kind of representation that we want to see. And yeah, man, yeah, the games are improving. That's correct. But again, the games have got to be equally challenging. Yeah, we I think we've gone right now almost 80% of the players on the African teams are playing in the European leagues. So they're playing the same leagues as the guys on the different European teams and all that. So there is no excuse anymore. You're playing at the same standard, you're playing at the same level, and and I was so pleased with Mane. And in the Cote d'Ivoire game, I was pleased with that Arsenal PP, I know PP guy. Yeah, man, you just be missing chances like that and doing all kinds of things. But yeah, man, you're welcome. Hmm? So Zueju happened, and you know the reason it's important to talk about Zueju because ever since the transition happened, a lot of political muscling has been carried out by the regime, and it appears in the public as if to say the Unity Party have grabbed hold of the issues in the country and that they have decimated the voice of every you know opposition political party in the country. And a lot of folks were expressing their disappointments in the CDC and you know, in other ways, branding it as weak, and then generally condemning the political opposition of now showing strength or coming together and, working together to confront the most singular nightmare that's hovering over our country right now, the Black Unity Party, the Black Unity Party. And, it was becoming increasingly disappointing, and Liberians are yet to see, and for some people, it almost became as though there were no possibilities. And you see some guys, two things largely started to happen. People were flipping, and, reluctantly flipping over, started praise singing and bootlicking, like you get Kanye, and, all the other small ones that I run, some of them. And then you got other people who feel like, you know what, this opposition thing here, and even the parties that we are depending on, they don't even look strong. They're not even fighting back. We're not seeing any kind of foes to be protected by, and what have you. So you know what, me, I will not join the people, but I will quiet down. And I will quiet down. Involuntary censorship started happening with some people, while other people started to trade their bellies. Like Kanye. Kanye is the biggest example of that, that our own man, but we always got to use him, and and all that. So across different levels. So it's like quietly and slowly Liberians have been waiting for the moment. It's like it was an unspoken challenge to the political opposition to demonstrate their ability to come together. Even the government of the day did not believe that would happen. Not believe that would happen. You know, they are of the illusion that the CDC is so terrible and unpopular that even people, no matter how they treat and mistreat, other stakeholders in the country, these people will never ever go into collaboration or coalition with the CDC. So the UP has that, they live in that delusion for the most part. They've been existing under those kinds of, thoughts. And that's how when the grand jury stuff was pronounced and the team started to work assiduously behind the scene quietly, and then most people felt like nothing was going on, but while real weightlifting were being done behind the scene because understanding the regime and its oppressive and intolerant nature, so we had to strategically organize and plan and execute the program in a way where there'll be absolutely zero or no. I mean, no, absolutely no friction or you know what have you. And so we did that because we all trained, had the understanding of issues and blah blah blah. So the plans were being rolled out, and there were even internal cynicism as to the timing the viability and the possibility of the program success, which is obvious sometimes, and, based on the prevailing circumstances, people can raise reservation about certain things happening. It doesn't mean they are entirely opposed to it or the idea, but they could just be, cynical about, looking at all of the prevailing or available circumstances and all that. So somebody say, oh, President we is not here and blah 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 and that, or so, you know falling for opposition, distractions, or all that. How do you look at a political institution? We're talking about Mr. Weah developed or built the CDC, right? On the pillow of individualism, as an individual, popular and accepted, he built the organization, and then the organization transitioned to what? Institutionalism. So ever since the CDC has become an institution, that's why it has survived 22 years. That's no joke. It has survived 22 years. It's bigger than individuals, right? So it is an idea. It's a philosophy that moved people, the CDC, that moved the individuals, that moved the partisans, the common people. There is an identity out there. So once you plan and organize about CDC rightly, right, it will be an added advantage when President Weah is there, right? But once you organize and execute a CDC program, because of that identity, the people will be mobilized to come out. And this is exactly what you saw. Despite the odds in Grenada, yet still CDC commanded and controlled Zueju, right? And the entire Grenada and the southeast for 1 week. 1 week, right? And not only did the program control Grenada and the southeast, but everything about the program, right, dominated the Liberian political space for one straight week. And we are talking the aftermath now. Or everybody, the undercover, UP regime, what you might call them, consultants, all of them coming out, all of them talking. So you can see what happened. That program generated serious things. So see, because if you don't come out at that point, that was a show of imminent threat to the governance and leadership of the Unity Party. What happened in Zweju? So anybody that's receiving money from the regime as a consultant, and you doing henge penge like my own man katamba there, those kind of category of people and blah 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 and all that, because obviously, and but katamba like my man, right? But all of them got to count and say, oh no. For long the main count really is the man say, oh, we're going to discuss. Yeah. And this is the kind of opposition shake up that we need. So when you vibrate the system, all the simpletons, all of them will start coming outside. Then the Liberian people will start seeing them because they can like, oh no, come and provide analysis, but we know y'all, right? We know y'all. As soon you're right, we can know exactly where you're coming from. As soon you're thought, we know exactly. And people like, oh, you don't pay nobody more, so we can call anybody name. You don't get vet, you get vet. You don't do anything to do it. That's your business. But the good thing is you can do a thing to us. So you see that, right? So we know them. These are the people compromising and taking money while Liberians are suffering. You put their names there, you will know them because they will come scheme at one point. Oh, it won't be someone a leader, then you know that. Oh, the guy was suffering. Blind people were being tear gas and all that. All your critical understanding of governance and leadership and democracy, you not open your mouth and say, "Friend, we know you, that you here. We reject you." Yes, that's how the people can pay back. You understand? So now, the CDC that was presumed in the limited understanding of these rescue talentans to have lost its footing, right? Not the argument was not even nationally now, but that in its most dominant and predominant base, the southeast and Nigeria to be specific, that was the greatest self, uh, 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 I don't even know how to term it. So it was a huge challenge to go there and prove that narrative the other way around. And the CDC did not just move there. But CDC, there were two principal objectives, or three. One, they say Nigeria has fallen. We've lost Nigeria. With all of the with all of the baseless claims about rural work in the southeast, which are not true, right? Stealing the projects that we left in the pipe and all of that. They've gone there to misinform our people. They say, "Oh, we've lost." They say, "Oh, the flip by one of the senators." It's an indication that, oh no, Finney, the last man standing for CDC. So one, the CDC was going to debunk those narratives. The masses on the ground were prepared to debunk those narratives and to say that, look, we have now had the opportunity for our voices to be heard. The people who manage, the institutions responsible to hear us out are denying us the opportunity. So we need a movement. So the anniversary celebration in Nigeria was a movement for the people to speak and say, this is not our position. And they said it. That whatever position espoused by Zoe and others does not represent the position of the people of Nigeria here, the Southeast. And people travel far distances to come. People did not travel simply because they won't come for anniversary, but they came out to send a message that whatever you're hearing in Monrovia, that the Southeasterners had turned their back, is a blatant lie. They remain standing firm in the face of adversities, in the face of suppression, oppressions, and denials from basic social services. And the turmoil that they continue to go through. Right? Unnecessary arrests and incarceration are happening, and all kinds of secret narcissist things are going on there. Like Saturdays, you're arresting people, and then somebody takes somebody's picture of carrier, doing all kinds of things to the people, intimidating them all kinds of way into submission. The people say that was a moment for us to go and let the world know that this is where we stand. This is our side. Did the CDC achieve that? Yes, the CDC did. Another point was to indicate and send out a message that we might not be talking, we might not be staging unnecessary domestic terroristic acts in the country like the Unity Party and her cohorts did while in opposition. We may not be burning tires. We may not be threatening justices and throwing petrol bomb injustices whom, like Mo Ali and other people, plenty of young people to do in the past. We may not be doing that, but our viability and our respect is still there within the realms of the opposition of the country, as we remain the doyen of the Liberian political opposition. So the CDC was tested to prove that on that anniversary program. Now, how did the CDC prove that? Right? The overwhelming acceptance of the CDC's invitation, and you listen to the languages that were communicated, acknowledging, right, the strength and tenacity of the CDC, the fortitude of the CDC in all of those communications. First of all, recognizing the institutional importance. So how do you say that kind of organization has fallen? When among the opposition parties, they invited them, and in their responses, a lot of them across the board, right, recognize, right, most importantly, right, the institutional significance and importance of the CDC and the respectability it commands. They recognize that. They go ahead to acknowledge the contribution of the CDC. Can that be a party that have not contributed nothing to the country? Can that be a party that have not done nothing, that have not done anything for the country? No. The people who are there and all of them rating, and they acknowledge the political democratic contribution of the CDC and the importance of its existence and presence in the Liberian politics since post-war. It's a good thing for sedition to be proud of. So for those that thought that, oh, everything is over, blah, blah, blah. So these are clear-cut contradictions. Clear-cut contradictions, right? That indicates clearly for you that the institution is still very big, is feared by the useless regime in power, right? So they are so afraid of the CDC, and then sometimes they cook up all these narratives and all that. So the CDC satisfy that by inviting major political actors and stakeholders in the country, and these people accepted an order and attended and drove as far as Zueju. Some for 2 days, 3 days, lodged in hotel with their entourage to honor respectfully the CDC's invitation. You don't do that for a joking party. You don't do that for a party that have already gone down. Eh? So you understanding where the regime started shaking? And this is where the regime started panicking. So we thought we finished with the men who break their headquarters down. We disrespected their political leader. We run it behind his wife, and we run it behind former official. But still, the political organization still remains viable to the extent it can attract Benona Yuri, it can attract Musa Ability, it can attract Cabinet Janet, Alexander Kumis, Simeon Freeman, right? D. Master Kemenya, Move. It can attract a host of other civil society and political and non-political actors in the country to converge on Zueju, sit there for days and speak about the possibility and chance for opposition unity. And that's the third success from Grenjide. That's the third success, and that is the most important success of it all, because Liberians have been yearning for the opportunity to organize and confront the nightmare that's over us. And that's why when these people converge on Zueju, the heavyweight descended on Zueju, panic was in the spine of all these misrulers in the country. They were worried. They saw it. Senators were worried. Representatives were worried. Vice President worried. President worried, because you know why? When such a collaboration or a union is formed from Zueju, I want to call it the Zueju Accord. When the Zueju Accord finally or eventually culminates into a national political alliance or coalition, right? That will be the Liberian People Movement that moves to 2029 to seize the misrule and misgovernance in the legislature and the executives. Correct everything. That's what it will be. It will be a concise, deliberate, and of course, pointed revolutionary takeover of the country from these hyenas, economic hyenas. That's exactly what it will be. So they're afraid. They're panicking. Right? Some started having Zueju in their dream. They will be sleeping, yelling, Zueju. Oh, and we're like, oh, but what's going on? Y'all got to check on the president. Y'all got to check on the vice president. Why are they just calling Zueju? But this is serious. And that is why every Liberian have got to hide their voice to say, please do this. We've not seen the government panic ever since, equal to what happened. Right? But guess what? There is something cooking. I'm not going to put it out. There is something big cooking. And the moment we are prepared, or we are ready to dish that thing out, forget it, bro. People will know their fate. That time you see people jumping in the boat, you see all kinds of things. The moment you start to see people jumping in the boat, and what we're in 2026, right? We're going to 2027. This is the 7th month, right? We're getting there. And also, the speeches. So people just did not attend, right? But people attended and they spoke in sync. All of the comments from those political leaders in Grenjide, right, agree principally to one or two things. Now, that Liberia is at a dangerous crossroad, that Liberia needs leadership redemption for the most part. And that the leadership of the day has failed the country miserably. The rule of law disrespected, drugs and cocaine has become the order of the day in our country, and that the executive reluctantly shields perpetrators, which will come to, right? So almost everybody agree. Now, the conversation that's basically going to come out of there is, how do we fix this? How do we build a union of like-minded Liberians, progressively thinking or forward-thinking Liberians, to re-arrest the arrest? And that's going to be the mission. Because the arrest has to be re-arrested. Obviously. So people shivering now. They know that they're losing their representative seat. Because when that coalition emerges finally, it's going to put candidates, and it's going to put that coalition, and I'm telling you, for as long as we have a voice in the space around the corridors of power, come 2029, right? That coalition will not fee anybody that's in. We're not going to have any increment on any coalition ticket. Everybody will be opposition, because we got to clean the system. We got to flush all of them out. Oh yeah, what are you talking? Be there. Hey, you can't flame. You say this. No, real conversation is going to happen. The librarian, and you're there. You're bootlicking the executive, doing all kind of things. So all of them scared. All of them worried. Sure, doing all kind of things. You see, what good deal happening? Senators develop the balls to raise their voice on the drug and the cocaine situation. That fear, that panic. All of them won't know. Oh, y'all got to come, y'all got to tell and you know, we have security meeting. We have, and see, all the secrets started coming us out because their job started getting. So you see, the opposition has not even, they're not even doing protests, or the opposition are meeting, and you know, that intellectual engagements are what the people have. You see the power of the intellect, the power of building, and you know, everything can be achieved through agitation. Yeah. Scheming lawmakers, they come in, oh, you know, the thing here is been there. Oh, that today, you know, the bomb will go grange there for CDC, more corporate grange there for, you know. Eh? Oh, that today, you know, say they get illegal money activity going on that you need to pull a task force. That CDC more go grange there. Those are all knee-jerk reactions, the pressure from grange there. That what resulted into that. Today, A.B. Kuma has to write a statement to comment the Zweju Accord. He has to do that. He has to commend them because they have earned him a job. He has a job now. Can't courtesy or the convergence of political thinkers in the republic, courtesy of the CDC. You have a job now. They disrespected you. They brought you to the LDEA. They blackmail you. They defame you. Right? They assassinated your character. They said you were working with drugs dealer in the country. Right? Those were the allegations. Those were the allegations on which, right? They remove you from the government, disrespected you, damage. And they don't only stop there, they went after you to the point where they even gossiped to Dumbuya that you were training mercenaries here to send them to Guinea to overthrow Dumbuya. You think they let you that what they appointed you? No, that because what happened in Zweju, they not let you. They want to destroy you. They want Dumbuya to come for you. Elements from the very government went and told, you all can remember, and told the Guineans that A.B. Kuma was training rebels to carry them to Guinea to go for it on behalf of the former Guinean president. Oh, you don't hear those narratives? Eh? So A.B., they're going to point you, they say, oh, can someone like Bagbati task force, so you can usurp the director of mine function, and people got to be celebrating it and say, oh, that what thing? Eh? 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 Maybe they just won't destroy you finally. So it's not a well thought of, decision, and I can say that. They did not put a lot of thoughts into it. It just happened and they were panicking. Oh, Musa Ability has gone over there. Cabinet Janet has gone. And Amara Kone has endorsed whatever is happening there. And they're afraid. So you see, okay, let's get AB on our side back. Even though we say AB that George Dealer, he doing business with George Dealer, and he won't carry Rebel to Guinea. We spoil the money in Guinea. Guinea give us some money and pick up because we lie on AB. Just imagine that. For pickup and cash, they lie on AB Command and say the man doing rebel business, he won't carry rebel. So the poor I'll get them pick up and cash. You can't remember that. Say see AB doing fly. But anyway, I'm probably I got who in there. But my man, the other joy you gotta tell CDC man, you gotta tell Kumi's thinking. LS Kumi, very profound Liberian. Look at the man's speech. Hmm? Look at the man delivery. The former president. The former president declared that the movement to redeem this country 2029 has begun. So crystal clear. And nobody's joking about that. We got to take the country from these people. We got to take the country from these people. No amount of pocket change they will give you can undo the damage that these criminals are causing the country. These boys are criminals. These boys burn our Capitol building. These boys illegally remove a lawmaker. I mean, a speaker illegally. Even the region knows that what is happening here is illegality, anti-democratic practices. That's what's going on because the ECOWAS Parliament and other ECOWAS organs came here to intervene and remind them about their own law. They said no. The president said he will do business with the so-called LRJ hotel room majority. Can you imagine that? The Constitution says this is quorum, right? Define what quorum is. And the president of the state say, no, I will do business with the people who unnecessarily left the chambers and went and started residing in a hotel. The whole world got to know that our lawmakers, and you call them legitimate hotel going lawmakers, you call them legitimate lawmakers over a legally constitutional lawmaker, and you undermine and undemocratically unseated the man. These are the things happening in the country. These are the dangerous things happening in the country. And those are our motivation to removing the system. Because mind you now, the president is not even aware about these things that's going on. He's in a bubble. He's kept in a bubble. Right? He gives approval to them. Right? But practically, he is so disconnected from the realities of the day. And this man lives in a kind of utopic, environment where he feels and thinks like everything is happening good in the country. Like everything is happening good in the country. I was reading somewhere they say they got intelligent budget, $18 million. Just take 18 million of the library, about $400 million. Sorry, 400,000 goes to Daniel Sano and Jeremy Pia to be causing mind, causing power every day. They say for intelligence, media intelligence. 400,000 Liberian people tax dollars. Can you imagine? So you see why the boys, you see why how you call him? Pia can be wearing gold all over his body, and then he be insulting anybody. He has made the relevance of the ministry. The ministry have lost relevance. Even officials in government don't even listen to that make out something anymore. Nobody pays attention to it. So for them to even get slight attention, they gotta be insulting. They gotta cause. But right now the ministry have lost vibrance, it have lost its essence. Anybody that will be going to that ministry will have to do a whole rebranding. Ministry is poor. So man cost and power cost, they making me doing that. And not only to opposition people, even the workers in the ministry, they making cost them. People can be rude to them. They tell us. Daniel can be rude and arrogant to them, even the reporters there. And that's the low our country has gone. That's the low. And some of you don't recognize it, and you be here, you gotta be doing all kind of hangy pangy with these looters in power. You think we're gonna settle for that? We're not gonna settle for that. So yes, Krenji, that was a success, it was a good thing. And we hope that these opposition leaders will see the urgency. We see the urgency. This country is bleeding. The republic is bleeding. The country is not being run by law any longer. And it is a dangerous thing for the country to detour the path of the rule of law and start to adapt authoritarianism. It's terrible. But whatever the president wants and the president is on check, that's not what the law says. Goes ahead. He penetrates the judiciary. He penetrates the legislature. Has created chaos and instability in the legislature. The legislature looks that functional. The legislature is unfit for purpose. The legislature is rubber stamp. Look at what is happening. Partisan extremism has overwhelmed the entire bureaucratic setup of our country. You go to judiciary, partisan correctness. You go to the legislature, partisan correctness. You enter civil service, partisan acceptance. And that's all that's happening in the country. You think the country is running normal? You think, how long can the country keep on this path? How long? How long can the country keep on this path? And somebody say, oh, we shouldn't talk about that. We got to talk about it. We talk about it every day. If it help them, let them change. If it's hurting them, let them change. Why are we talking all of that? Pooh. At the same time, people are grappling with the hardship and the difficulties and the lack of opportunity, no job and all of that. And then the regime and elements in the regime start to use our country to transport narcotics, cocaine in the country. The country is finished. The guys have damaged the country. Oh, you don't know? Sit down. You gotta look at your 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old children. Look in their faces and you imagine what is going on in this country. If this is not arrested or re-arrested, if this is not redeemed, if our country is not redeemed, there is no hope, there is no future. They will all be cocaine addicts. That's what's gonna happen. Right? You remember Guinea during the period of that other person I call him? Conte, right? Lassana Conte. Right? Huh? You remember that time? That is what the country, if it has not sink into it, it's already way almost into it. And they know so. Because guess what? All that thing you see the senators ain't doing. A meeting they had. They had meeting with the partners. The partners were crystal clear. And some of them have the evidence in their phones. It starts with the appointments that were made. Some individuals that were appointed in security roles at the airport, and the relationship between these individuals and a particular or certain VIPs in the country. So they know it's a cartel, and the cartel has been busted. The facts are there. They have it in their phone, the pictures, the meetings, and and all of that. They get them. So arrest the people, invite the people. Hell will break loose in this town. That's what's going to happen. How we elect you and you're so able and greedy for money and you reduce, right, your office and you get yourself involved into the facilitation, the aiding and abetting of a criminal cartel that's going to be dealing into narcotics and cocaine in our country. Look at that. You pass around, you're making sharp more, blah, blah, blah. You're threatening people and you're doing this. And then you call John Security Cantor. Ever since the whole Sony started, your DEA was flopping with the thing. The thing went to NSA. NSA started handling the thing responsibly. We started getting some things started coming out now. Some clarities, proper clarities started coming. Go and communicate the clarities and what is going on. You don't the people finish doing it well. By the time you won't can be the one to talk. Ayo Iche Riche Gregory Como. Tell your friend and finish. I was saying, yeah, oh, you know all that thing you can talk. You not talk. Hmm? Your friend and finish suffering, they do all the thing, they posting the thing clearly now. So you think that you get a capacity to mesmerize and thing. Someone already get it. We just holding it in there and say, oh, and they say that national security thing, so you giving the relevant authority the opportunity. They think you can change the result. You can change it. At the end of the day, your papa Iran, you will still come back to the real people. Because if you ain't come back to the real people, the consequences of that are die. And y'all know it so well. And the partners have categorically communicated that with you. Hmm? They have categorically communicated that with you. And these are the facts. And these are the issues. Right? So, fellow Liberians, this thing happened like 3-4 weeks. We did not see our senators or our lawmakers being very urgent about it. Hmm? But just from last week to now, the urgency has increased. So now, because they are our senators, let's ask them for the outcome of the joint security briefing. The outcome of the joint security briefing. They've been met with, they've told them, look, y'all got to do something about this. So my question is, my confusion, how come Gregory came from the blind side and say and go there and say, oh, then I think somebody asked and say, but because he won't just talking, and, he won't just talking. Serious you are men and you see NSA men who finish doing brilliant job, men saying men relax and things because the men already finished doing their job. They know what's up. Then you embarrassing the national security. Let me tell you, Gregory is embarrassing the national security. You think the people out there, they're very professional people down there. People know what they're doing. But who they jumping in front thing? Jumping in front. The same thing you did with the capital building thing again. You don't give the people chance to do their investigation, nothing. You jump to conclusion and start talking all kinds of things. So like that, you can make the other people feel weak. They just sit down and look at you. You think the people know what they're doing? You think the people know what they're doing? You are being political and the others are not being political. They're serving their country. But you think you got to serve certain individual or you got to serve party. And the people not doing that. So give your other people chance, let it do their job. Stop, Mr. Glory Seeker. Whole day you won't take glory. Ever send anything or language in here, you won't come all. The time DA was messing it, you enjoy it because that one, whatever you trying to protect was being protected. But as soon the post started bringing sense to the discourse now, Mr. EJ Rachel, just jump in the picture. Can't get change again. So then they say, oh, you can't get your briefing. As soon as somebody thought, oh, he joined there. As soon as somebody, oh, he joined there. To the point where he went and insulted the sitting senator of Nimba County. This is an egregious, contemptuous act by the police inspector general in the chambers of the Senate. This is the height of disrespect. And somebody say, the memo apologize and go back. The memo apologize and go back. Who's protecting Gregory Coleman? Why is Yombly doing that to Koga? Why is Yombly permitting the disrespect from Gregory Coleman to Samuel Koga? Why are they not punishing Gregory Coleman for that action? Even Nokwe race issue, and all the people say no. Now, all that thing you're talking, first of all, me, I won't know. How can we reach to the point for Paul King's home to become the alleged storage site for the drugs? And please, Mr. RG, saying you can't join in front of people, you say that you won't know all. Please tell all, where is Kings currently? Paul King. Tell all now, Mr. Chief Investigator, that you one can talk. All the other people here, you know what they're doing. That only your one. So each every day, jumping in front of every day. Can't tell all. Hmm? And the reason Noko did that because he could not phantom. So it's like, the investigation, I mean, as you're presenting, I've taken some time. So you kind of tell us, right? You kindly explain to us how narcotics allegedly ended up at the residence of a businessman, Paul King. Hmm? How it actually ended up to Paul King house. Under what arrangement? By what means? Hmm? So they asked Gregory, who say he come and start arresting people before the end of the week. Gregory say, to that other question there, it remain under investigation. He said Paul King say the cocaine were delivered to his residence. By whom? And then later on, they came and collected it that same day. And then he tell the people, he say, but no CCTV camera to Paul King house. So they can see whatever. So that has made it complicated for them to independently verify the claim. Hmm? Forensic. All they wanted. When the 13-year-old girl got raped, allegedly, there was no something, but you insisted. You insisted that they must bring forensic. You insisted that they must bring DNA, they must bring all kind of BB machine for the innocent lady who was raped. Small lady allegedly raped, her whole life damaged. But now you come to the one, Mr. Know All investigator, providing defense. You know, we can't do the one, we can't do the one, blah, 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 blah. To the core gas point, and then we can take some course, and probably our guest is here, we'll take him shortly. You know, it is unusual for the most part. It is very unusual for you to go at the level of the Senate and go there and insult a senator in session. To the best of my recollection, no executive official have done that. Gregory Cuomo should be the first to do that. And for Gregory Cuomo to walk scot-free on that is signaling. We cannot compromise the standards of the state to accommodate the political and you know interests of a few people or whatever interest that there may be. Gregory have got absolutely no right to insult the Nimba People Senator for doing his job, for simply doing his job. And Gregory Cuomo, I'm not talking about sending other people, but Gregory Cuomo elect to insulting the man nowhere else but in session when a critical national debate is being held. And then he gets quizzed by Senator Koga, and the man look in the man face and tell the man, say, the man a loose talker. Who is a loose talker in the actual definition and sense of the word in Gregory Cuomo? And Gregory Cuomo loudly stated on national radio that he had over 100% evidence in the capital arson case. And today, what is happening? They're begging behind the scene to compromise the arson case. Oh, you think we're not aware that you're already arranging to start releasing some of the children that you're wrongfully incarcerated. So where is your evidence? If we're talking about loose talking, that is loose talking. Hmm? Right? Gregory Kumo, right? Announced and of course painted a picture of having evidence against the old man Sam Jackson and barricaded the man home for days, if not weeks, and incarcerated that man in his holding cell at Central for days, only to find out up to now you cannot publish the DNA, uh, 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 the autopsy. You cannot publish the autopsy findings. And you call a sitting senator, you call him loose talker. Who's enabling Gregory Cuomo to be this discourteous to our honorable people? And then the Senate rules in the effect get suspended and nothing happened. And now who Yomli Kanga responsible for that? Because nobody cannot go to that Senate there. Nobody can go to that Senate there and go and be disrespectful and leave the issue and be disrespectful to the person, the personality of the pro tem. And then under the rules, the gavel of the pro tem, and then no action is taken, a mere apology for disrespecting, dishonoring, and denigrating and insulting a lawmaker, a man with constitutional electoral legitimacy. Why you some other people had to go begging overnight to even get you appointed, and you can't look at an elected senator and insulting no other place but in a session? What is happening to our country? Senator Samuel Koga, let me say, President Bwakai, in his mind, after all of the deliberation, this is what he said, and this is what he got insulted for. He said, from the look of things, the president will have to suspend the police inspector general, the ORC of the LDA Biago, and according to him, some officials of the joint security. And in his mind, with Gregory and Biago then suspended, it will allow independent people to handle. He believes that their presence is delaying and shielding. So, Mr. President, suspend. So, Gregory won't hear that one. He gets angry. Right? I'm going to play it. He angrily responded. The man angrily responded. He said, do you have evidence, Mr. Senator? You just talk loosely now. Oh, sorry. You just talk loosely here. Ah, it reached to that one. Causing Benin and inside. The man discussing national issue. The man is speaking to the president on what he thinks is the way forward. And then you leader, you start cursing the man. Eh? And the president does nothing. Listen to this. I'm begging you, the recording is not as clear. Okay, let's start. Hey, I Gregor talking. It hard to put it under control. You see, senior security people then saying now, they can't listen. And the border getting vexed, that is something. They cooking Benin, I know. Man, getting easy. You see the man, his body language, everything is so uneasy and all of that. We think that is unfair or unhealthy in the governance space. Our leaders must not be there and, replacing national governance conversation with insults. Hmm? They must not do that. We must not. We must not allow that to be the order of the day. So the Inspector General was in error.
Telling me I've been loosely. You're telling me I've been loosely, but I'm not telling. Did you hear it? Respond. You just speak. Telling me I've been loosely.
Okay.
You're telling me I've been loosely, but I'm not telling.
So the question is, why is Gregory getting angry and emotional about this? The other people been going down there, nobody caused. Gregory went there now, intended into causing Benny. Eh? What do you think? Gregory, what an issue? Why are you causing the man? And the man is a senior government official, an elected government official. You can't be that was absolutely unacceptable. And I think Gregory has to be punished, and the president has to take action on Gregory for that. If we're running a government of respectability, Gregory must be punished for that. He must be suspended. Gregory is overdoing, he's overacting. Gregory, the power that you have was lended to you. It's not for you. And you will be removed, you'll be suspended, you will leave the job. You must understand it's an opportunity to serve. An opportunity to serve. You can feel very powerful now, you can do anything you want to do, but the fact remains that your actions were absolutely despicable, and you stand no grounds, absolutely, to be this rude to our senator. None of them, any of them. They have the right. They're representing us. We are concerned. We want to know what happened in the drug case. We want to know. But if your presence on the investigation is conflicting, you must recuse yourself. You must recuse yourself. The man did not say the parents should suspend you or take the job from you. Or take the job from you. The man said the parents should suspend you to allow the investigation to go on independently. He has got reasons to believe that your presence on the investigation is hampering the investigation, and then you get angry. You could have more constructively engaged that thing, right? Dismiss that insinuation instead of insulting the man. So how we be beyond the other children who say, "Oh, you don't insult," and then honorable people in honorable position and capacity reduce national discourse to insults. None other person but the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police. Absolutely uncalled for, fellow Liberians. So there you have it. What is going on with the jaw case? 0776 104 104 06500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live. And do you agree with Yombly's acceptance for Gregory to just apologize and walk out? If that was another person, you think Yombly would have just said apologize and go? So patronage, protection for the same wrong thing, the same thing you hold other people by and punish them, that same thing will happen with another person. You protect them, you shield them. Why is Yombly doing that to her colleague? Samuel Koga, for example. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to everything of the platform. Abu is everything. I am a member of the concern argument justice that you see, Abu, the CDC is a way of life. That's part of what will happen to some of us in the CDC. We believe that body is a body, it doesn't center around one person. You saw that as a gentleman in Rambasa County when Madio went there. The chairman when we come to there, they were chairman for the 0 counties, for 3 counties, 1 county, Magiri and that of Basa. And you saw the tenor there. You also saw that in Magiri when Madio appeared there. You saw an executive of the CDC. And you also saw it in Banga. And now the later one is in Nigeria. Without Joshua. So when people say in a new corner and tell you, say, CDC can only exist with George Weah. That is not true. George Weah being George Weah, not on the CDC, CDC will still remain vibrant in this country. And that's why the Unity Party has set up. So now that they are seeing the opposition and coming over in unison to be with the CDC so that we can get a tyranny war to all the Liberian people. So they are all shaking in a corner. But we are not deterred by what they said to us. But we know what is the CDC. Now to the issue of the drugs. Reverend Kumo exhibited complete rudeness, and I don't think Reverend should be forgetting about young people of the Unity Party affiliation. He was to be just sent to jail. Then he signed your content over. He can't even jail. So that he
has made to understand that the power above power. Can't do that. That was a terrible precedent. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Bennett Zao, and I call you from Central Morrisville.
Go ahead.
My brother, this Inspector General cannot be suspended, disrobed, or put in jail. Then no need to have Prophet Key in jail. I think Prophet Key needs to come out now because it's clean by it.
Because the man went before the people in front of the people's face and insult the senator.
Yeah.
Then you let the man say, "Oh, I apologize." You go for what? I was running the country like that. So because Prophet Key that amen.
Yeah, I mean, need to be dismissed, disrobed, and put in jail. Because even the police have a standard for being abusive and rude.
Nobody is responsible for the man not being able to control emotion. You go insult senator in session. And you can say the sergeant answer to bundle that one and put in somewhere. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Abu, you coming out with Johnny. That the father of children. Then you were here. The father was telling the citizens that when God talking at you.
No, that one are different than me. I like to be missing something or you got still to Gregory on deal Gregory. Forget about father and children.
Gregory was wrong for insulting Tanakuka. And on the other hand, Tanakuka was supporting Gregory.
Yeah, no, that one pass. That different thing. Ain't I think you're doing not correct. Let's stick to the one. That one we will talk about it. We deal with it. Finish. So the man get no right to insult the man. The man are senator. The man in a team board. The man there. You go speak to national issue. They're not a place for you to go insult the man. Somebody want to go to the RG office and go insult the RG. You know what will happen to you. We must maintain the order of courtesy in our governance system, and the people who are the highest bearer of standard can be the one flouting that. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
This is Nancy. I'm calling from Claratan this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You need some message for this morning for your effort. No, Abu, they never get it from we have the backing of the president. Trust me. He had the backing of the president because the president
no, but
was being worked for
that's not the president. They like Yombly come out. That the Senate rule is supposed to apply. The president get nothing to do with that one. That is Senate
I
rule.
agree.
Yombly 10 is Senate rule around.
Okay, so what I'm saying this for, he will not take action on Bebe. He's not saying. We agree that Yombly was there as a certain person that was an annual part of the quarry. He was sitting there and telling the man said sorry. How is the man say sorry and then man is sorry or certain senator?
Yeah, say
in the table. You sat down there telling the man tell you sorry, what he must say to you again? Can you imagine that? Who take about 2 million plus dollar king in the country and put another man for a platform? We see that our children story on a daily basis. The situation 1 year in the country, 1 year black teacher, 44 in the sea for job issue. Today, they come around now today, they are put in the web. Don't say, they just tell you for that, they tell you sorry, what you must say sorry, what you must do to you?
What do you want to do again?
What you must do again? Are you serious? The country, serious country, the people set up there, you think they're there for us, Abu? They're not there for us. Let's see what that thing, nothing out of it. And was defending her yesterday, today, she defending the Ecomo. In the person of her, the one is shot and in the day something, the senator. Come on, man, and get for the power, they can take the move after day. And therefore, you know our power. That's not my account, I can make Georgia.
You can't carry people senator. You go, insulting the man. And the other man is that. Good morning.
Yes, morning, Mr. Shirley. Good morning to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let me say good morning to those who listening to the show. This is Hussein Kel. I called you from my reading room here in District 2.
Man, I think what you're doing, you can't be. You gotta go straight to the point.
Abu, I'm going to the point. So, Abu, let me say this. You know, I love the conversations and the exchanges. But one thing I want people to understand.
What do you make? What do you make of the conversation? Gregory insulted Samuel Koga. Was Gregory right to do that?
It is never right to insult, your oldest, whether regardless of the political line.
No, we're not talking about older or smaller Benin. We're
No,
talking about governance.
Talk about position, Abu.
No, that position we're talking about. It was Gregory right to insult the sitting senator of Nimba County?
So it was wrong yesterday, it is wrong today, it will be wrong tomorrow. Look, Abu, let me say things.
Okay, so what do you think should happen to Gregory in the case?
Abu, you've been around the Senate, you've been around the legislature.
Yeah,
the men were in the timber.
Yeah, the men were in the timber.
You're fine. The men were in the timber.
In session, senators are debating on issue. Then he resorted to insulting the man. So what do you think supposed to happen to him?
Abu, you've been around the legislature myself.
So you come in do partisan thing with them one again?
No, it's far from partisan. Look, let me make a point. Look, the man is in the chamber. The guy come to the Senate Pro Tem or any of the senators to say, okay, this man, the way he can be hearing content right in the Labyrinth Senate. You don't know?
So why you think you're not hearing content? Yesterday?
That is the sole prerogative of the Labyrinth Senate.
So was that prerogative executed the right way?
So who am I to tell me that?
No, but you get sense. You get sense. You say who am I? You not agreeing with sense.
Listen, if I were in that section,
no. I say use your own. My man, listen.
Yeah,
use your common sense. You in your own sense. Like your sense you use. You using nobody's sense.
Yeah, okay, fine. So if I were in the Senate, right, I would have raised a motion, right, that Greg would have retracted that particular statement he made. If I were there, well, I'm not there. So what do you want me to preempt? I cannot because the gavel lies in the hands of the senator. You have my guilt in that section.
So because
right?
I agree. So because that did not happen, that means the Senate Pro Tem compromise and failed to protect her colleague.
Even those senators, including my and the rest of them, that could not even raise the motion, right?
Yeah, I say you're not bringing party. Why?
I know, but they are all senators. Let me say, let me say.
What kind of mess? Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Let me say good morning to your listeners.
Go ahead.
My name is Eugene S. Jobo Jr. and I call you from Capital Bypass. So, Abu, one of those persons that followed the hearing yesterday, and my disappointment, Abu, is not just in the just in the RG, but my disappointment is in the senator, the host of elders, as we always claim. The insults coming from Gregory, it was not just directed to Simon Koga. In my mind, generally, he was speaking to our lawmakers, our senators, and I expected for the RG or for the pro temper to bring the RG.
You may be right because it is not Koga one that been raising issue, and he said you just sit there and talk loosely, so it could be talking to all of them that were talking about the drug thing. You're right.
Exactly, and Abu, this is the RG who peaceful Liberians decided to protest for the right in King John. Without understanding the issue with hate, he killed them. Just the RG who, even the case was staying at the Supreme Court, he took armed men at the CC headquarters and broke down the place. Today, the RG is standing up the issue relative to the $19.5 million cocaine that came in the country. The RG is yet to make any arrest. But when Liberians took upon themselves to protect their constitutional right to defend it, to say, you know what we are going through in King John, this thing, there's a need that the government come in. But Gregory did not listen, but he went about killing them. But today, Gregory is telling us he's still investigating the $19.5 million. But for me, if this issue, if Liberians don't have, if we don't receive credible information or arrest, and not just arrest, because we have noted over the period of time, Gregory have been arresting people, charged catching people. But at the end, those individuals, they always frog Gregory in the court of law. Today, Sam Johnson is still around. He even crying to be prosecuted. Gregory cannot.
All right, thank you very much. I'm sorry I have to hold you there, but these conversations, we're not holding it because we have personal issues with anybody, but we need to sanitize our politics, and it has to start from the top. And to whom much is given, much is expected. So you cannot have the Inspector General of our national police descend into, insults, especially when national issues are being discussed, right? That's replacing, the national conversation with insults and abuse. So if Koga had gone back and then the whole thing gets out of order, but it was utterly, you know, I mean, unfair to Koga. They put him and other members of the Senate to have allowed Koga gets insulted directly, and he raised the issue, and there was no degree of protection from his colleague to signal to the RG or whomsoever that you cannot come here and insult a member of this AUKUS body. I think they dropped the ball on that. What is informing that? I may not know. But what that speaks to is that continuously, our leaders continue to demonstrate the compromise that everybody keeps alleging against them. That they have compromised the standards, they have compromised their own rules, they have compromised, the principles of responsible, accountable governance and leadership. So anybody can go anywhere, disrespect the standing order, be rude, and walk out. For as long as you enjoy partisan proximity, for as long as you enjoy certain degree of protection from the most powerful in the country, and this is unacceptable. That is unacceptable, right? And lastly, on this point, what I like to say, a thorough and independent assessment of Gregory's stint at the police. I do not know how Unity partisans are still convinced that Mr. Gregory Como is doing a good job, right? He has tainted the image of the Liberal National Police under his leadership. He has embarrassed the reputation of professional people acting within the bailiwick of the national security architecture of our country, right? There are several cases that have exposed mostly weaknesses of the police operations and partisans' approach. And this is unhealthy. You can go around, joke around, and try to, project yourself and all of that, but the facts remain unchanged. The facts remain unchanged that the police under Gregory Como has gone down, on multiple records for egregious human rights violations and abuses, which is on culture and uncommon of the Liberal National Police. A civilized police that was restructured in this country was meant to respect human rights and act in accordance with democratic tendencies. But today, our police have been kind of transformed into what we are seeing now. It's bad. It will be largely a good thing on the human right and democracy front if the president and the government of today can recognize the need to replace Gregory Coleman. There are a lot of brilliant people within the ranks of the national security structures that I believe can run that police very democratically, and that will be good. Oh yes, you may like the hostile approach of Gregory Coleman and all that, but the institutional head of the police have got to be the full bearer of democratic tendency and respect for human rights in the execution of the police duties. Absolutely. And we've heard different conversations about this drug thing and all of that, and who knows who's associated, who provides certain degree, certain layer of protection, who does this, who makes the calls, and blah blah blah. The call logs are there, and all of this. Probable cause are available, linking some of you for aiding and abetting in a way. But investigators, right, outside of your investigation team, are searching and digging for prima facie. And let me let you know that the R's are being dotted, the T's are being crossed, and at the appropriate time, the nation will know. Everybody, that the country is big. We can sit down for a few handful of people to damage the country, no matter who they are. Other people going to school. So the president must take a decisive stand, a decisive position. And I like to say this to my own old man, our president, Mr. President, you must take a very decisive. You see, you gave these people the opportunity to serve their country. If they abuse that opportunity, no matter how you like them, for the sake of the country, you must take action. For the sake of the country, you must take action. And then the nation gets to know them. And not only to dismiss or remove people from government, but they must be prosecuted for each and any role that they will play into this. Right? Let me take 3 more calls. I don't know whether Ernest is here. Ernest is from FLA. I'm told you're scheduled to be here this morning. So if Ernest is here, please usher Ernest in. The president of FLA, and let's talk the young people issue and all that. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm okay. Go ahead. What's your name?
Thank you. It is Peter McCauley, an executive member of the Concerned Librarian for Justice in Achon Ivo District, now Mosurado County. Yesterday, when you heard the current pro-temporary, she was member during the CDC regime when she took her water, referred to as tea water, the wasting on it. And by that time, we have our CDC Senate pro-temporary, and there was no punishment. Yesterday, again, when Graham had it, he insulted the entire 32 senators, 30 senators, insulted the 30 senators, and Senator Down, you know, who can talk, they don't wear nothing, who can come on in mouth. He did not talk. Did you become a lawyer? He didn't say anything. And Oka got a passport of the Senate. He's an elected senator. He's an elder.
Mm-hmm.
And by insulting, he went to the Senate for confirmation. That position wasn't today. And then point you, they go to office. You got to go back straight in it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I have to hold you there. I mean, all the phones are ringing. Edmond Carr, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm a prime member of concern.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, prime member of concern Liberians for justice. And since you return, we have not thought so. I would like to express thanks and appreciation to you for your analysis from the Southeast. That was brilliant. I follow all of your analysis as journalists. I please call you from back the time. I follow all. I say, wow, the guy is reported like an international journalist. So,
thank you, my brother.
So that was wonderful. And that is why we are encouraging our people. Once some of these young guys are waiting to help the transformation of Liberia, they must be given a chance. Because you can't be your campaign purpose, you are not informed. You see the analysis that you gave for that role? So you guys on top of your game, we should be able to incorporate some of these young guys to help us in this liberation of Liberia. So you see, well, Yeah, what happened yesterday? If that house part of it were now a regime collaborator, Gregory Cuomo could have been in jail by now. In fact, it was not the time for Gregory Cuomo to talk. One of the presiding is having the opportunity and the right to interject while a senator is speaking. But the senator was speaking, Gregory Cuomo interrupted.
Yeah, you know, the powerful. And you go in the people's house. Let somebody come in your house, and then the father talking.
Yeah.
And then you get somebody, then you leader and start insulting. Then the father, the parent.
He started insulting. He started youngly telling him that you don't do that here. In fact, she started telling, oh, Poliaji, where you will have the time to respond. Can you imagine that? And what angered him? Only because Koga talk about suspending other things. To know the person that is beyond this draw, except you suspend all of these key individuals, that's the only way we'll get the bottom of the whole draw issue. That angered Gregory Cuomo. That's what the thing Gregory Cuomo said. Gregory Cuomo has not gone to court. The case has not gone to court, but the court of Gregory Cuomo, like he let go the guy that raped the young lady girl. He set him free. He has not let go Imaya Zia. He said, Maya Zia, Yawa Asola, he can go to fight 20, 10. So, can we forget about him because he's not important to the kid? Are you killing me? So that's the violent to the fight that
the man who they say transport that the team. They say, oh, the man, not the man also, the leader man. And now somebody get the man to carry that. So you trying to destroy evidence?
Yeah, you want to destroy evidence. That's what he after. That's what he is doing. And we can do that. But what we are happy for is the involvement of the international community. They will fight what they can do, but the truth will come out and the truth is out. They are involved. This is why they don't want themselves to be investigated. So well, I feel that some state let the House let the Senate take a decision on Gregory Cuomo. Thank you.
Thank you very, very kindly. And after we'll speak to some senators, and obviously we'll speak to some senators and know from them. This thing can go under the carpet because if Sheikh Kuyate doesn't have a job today because of what he did with the House, if Prophet Key is in jail because of what he said to the judiciary, then why should Gregory Cuomo be allowed to insult the senator and go scot-free? Good morning, my dear brother. Go ahead.
Good morning, my dear brother Abu Shari. Thank God for bringing you back from Grand Jida safety on the road. As Open said, it's more than Evelyn fee. Thank God on our ugly road because I saw the road, people showing it. So what I want to see this morning, thank you for working for the Liberian people, for the pro bono job you are doing for us. So the only thing we will do for you people, continue to pray God for you people for long life.
Thank you.
All I've been saying, I want to see the police director was not right, but you know what attached to that, why that insult came from? Remember the burning of the
Capitol building?
Yes, I remember. Even the young guy you are talking about, all of them were on the majority side. And the cover Samuel Kogaden, the police director went and covered Samuel Kogaden. And the police director himself knew that Samuel Kogaden was the one that burned that Capitol building. So now, Samuel Koga coming out now to talk about the drug case. So he telling him, say he tossed loosely. He telling him that yesterday I cover you, that you don't want to pour out but outside. So that why entail. On a serious note, just think. So that thing, Abu, on a where we talk about 5 senses, people 5 senses. For my 5 senses, you're telling me that is the area where that insult coming from. So you can't do nothing. Or they can't do nothing because the
thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
I was telling to you, Uno says you say good, but thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Yeah, well said. I'm gonna put tell you use your sense. That's how you so use your sense. You know. Good morning. Morning.
Morning also for our working family, great private family. For the recognition for the public, and pocket Robert. But don't you this morning for our unknown destinations. I want to be very grateful to the Almighty or Abu for taking off on a very long distance, and we went through a very difficult situation on the road where Mr. Waka and his road pen on loud to the Liberian people that they go. You can even carry airplane
and they work and no, people just have Nicodemus character in them. Anyway, I don't call for that, or we are happy to be back, and we all matter God be upon always. Devil.
What the great poker, my man? You're in charge.
Huh?
You're in charge over them, my man.
I mean, when your party see your importance and give you that authority, then actually you have to be very, very condescending of it. You have to take charge of it. I mean, we're not looking at a lot of people that they can then cause the party can not no day we recognize their presence. So we are very happy of the party that we are affiliating and the party that always see actually they're important. So if I get important, I want to take charge. I will charge. The child was executed. The child was well executed. But the issue, so the color I just left the last said it very categorically, emphatically. The color I left the last said it very categorically, emphatically. That yesterday, people cook out and no one knew their potential and they brought themselves down low. People funny that to say we must act. And because they correctly understand that act I was, and today correctly want to ask Coca, correctly expect Coca to sour him the way he sour Coca yesterday. And why you see using that kind of profound language on Coca. And I get disappointed in the Senate. They say injustice to one, injustice to all. You guys now as a body, as such a body, as bad. And one person has been touched. They know that all of you have been touched. And yet only you start down over there like a dark signal. And you look at the or ABC police director that all say nothing about law functioning. He saw your colleague and you're lying to work scot-free. Oh no, they because Coca is not in the car. The Coca was with Coca yesterday and Coca will be punished. Coca will be punished. But we want to tell.
So what you think? You think nothing will come from inside?
Come again?
You think nothing will come out of this?
Absolutely nothing will come from inside. If you can retrospect, when the other lawmaker is sorted, the state judge, the state chief justice, the president chief justice today, when all lawmakers call up for the majority, and tell them to look at so,
okay.
I want to see that to the people. Trust me, you can call the last man called the I can't comment because a level of people are running.
Okay. But we are but a great poker, Robert. Thank you very much. I took charge of what let's listen to our brother Katama. They joking here. Everybody disowning the rescue now. They don't know how come. As soon as the parliament, I was in the Justin. I'm not hearing my man Katama.
I said we want to be one for you. We are with you.
Not easy. The Jordan, your family, all the
okay, who are they arresting? No, many and they get to the they get arrested the BB Garden.
They arrested just this morning too.
So everybody believe that BB Garden behind the Jaws business. So why you hiding the people? Why you can't arrest the people and put the people outside and line them up and charge them and line them up to court? Why? Everybody, even your big supporters, your undercover supporters, your blah blah blah, and everybody. It has done everybody in the country now that be people behind the Jaws business. So why are you holding back? And then you start insulting senator.
What else I'm hearing about some 1.something million Liberian dollar offer.
But if you get ref for 1.something, why you get ref for 19 million? Which one worse?
They say they got people persons of interest.
Okay, persons of interest. Let's see. Yeah, person of interest will be under the year.
You think so?
My man.
And let me say, the great Katama. It's a regime what he know. The regime is the just doing and get paying a president injury on the year end. They see what they did the 4-year project. Oh Lord, fellow Liberians. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, you getting me?
I'm getting you. My man, the George Bennett, I guess, only now causing Bennett all now enter inside now. Now talking.
Yeah, I mean, just on the prophet, they say the country confused and the government confused and the people, everybody confused.
They can't explain the George Bennett to all. Then you start causing senator.
So sometimes we can forget even the days of the week. I thought today was Sunday. Look, this is Pastor David Abu. I'm the vice chair for media and publicity for St. Laurent for Justice. So let me say this first. We will join Molu on July the 17th to protest and call on the government as a civil society group.
So what are you protesting for this time?
We want the government to call the real name.
Oh, they protest for the drugs business?
Yes. But
the people say they coming. So when the people arrest people now, you cancel the protest, right?
Well, until then, because the protest.
Yeah, but they said by the end of this week they will arrest people.
Well, even if they arrest names that are not linked, because we understand the.
But how you know the names or that link?
Because we've gotten intel. We've gotten some names.
But how strong this your intel could be products of propaganda?
Abu, the process and procedure on the initial stage of this entire job saga, it tells all of us that yes, something has happened. Something crazy has happened. Because just first day, a non-billable offense. The home of Peter King and Paul King, whatever King, was considered as a crime zone in our mind, supposed to be considered. Because this is where, according to them, the job was taken. That place supposed to be a crime scene. All of us here, we saw what happened with us.
And they play right now. They play free. Everybody, they put cooking, dry rest, come butter, they eating nicely, everything.
In the bathroom, they cooking, they flushing it. So that in itself means that the case was being undermined and compromised because that place supposed to be a crime zone. On their war is the other way. More besides, it is an unbelievable offense. Why is it that those guys are not being bad? They're supposed to be bad. But the fact that
but there are persons of interest. You can put persons of interest in jail. Probably have some probable cause, and you just need them to so that you dot the I's and cross the T's.
No. I'm talking about specific just case. I don't know what you term as person of interest. There have been people who were linked to crimes here. They're being bad. The issue with the capital building, according to Braga, was on the top. There are people who I know, some of my friends, Eric Sese, Audrey, they are all being bad. The result has not been given. But they said they were linked. Are they not being bad? They spent almost a year now in South Beach. Why is it this case that is non-billable offense? Come to think about it. So you can't come and defend the government. I know you link with the Unity Party. That's why somebody told me that Abu is a member of the Unity Party. I don't want to believe so. So you can't be defending a government that is destroying the lives and livelihood of our people. And we
who the Abu they are talking to? The one that live in your community?
No, they say Abu Sharif.
Which one?
So
maybe they get plenty Abu Sharif.
No, I mean they were very specific when they link you with freedom. Okay. So I said you do that disclaimer, yeah.
So who's on the Unity Party now?
They quote unquote rescue these reckless and lawless individuals. So that's what shocked me. Okay. And I still don't want to believe so.
So what did they say about the rescue?
They say you join them. They say they're paying you. Okay. And they can bribe anybody in the media.
Say how much they pay me so.
They say they grab you. They say they're getting you money annually.
Yeah, but and you they can go 10 now. So that was it. They say how much they pay me. And what blast I go to the pay.
But is it not true that you're getting money from Jeremy Pia? Because he's the boss.
Yeah, but I was asking you now. So Jeremy Pia giving me money and I be dealing with Jeremy Pia too, eh? So Jeremy Pia not get sense in your head. Right?
Oh, okay. No, I don't believe that.
No. You still gotta believe you. I say you might not believe you. Or I'm telling you now. Right? You still gotta believe it.
Let me make my serious point.
No, now you can make serious point. You can't build the integrity, the repetition. You can't be talking loosely. When you do that, I will stop taking your call. You don't contribute. You gotta apologize because you got no facts. You got no fact to it. You just defend my repetition.
Yeah. So I take that back 1 billion times. And the reason why I try to stalk you because I've known you over the years. And I know that many persons who can go for nothing. And now Abu. The reason why I flag this is for you to tell the world that you're a decent guy. And that's why I thought to do it. I mean, it's a privilege to even use a number to call. So I have known you from Cool FM days and all the radio stations and going to freedom. So I know you to be that person exactly. So I thought to just bring it to the spotlight, and you now can provide clarity. Thank you, and I apologize 1 billion times.
Okay.
But look, we're very serious, and we'll be at the parade on July the 17th. Thank you for keeping this country alive, and thank you for keeping the government's feet to the fire. Thank you, Abu.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that's exactly what it is, and so it look clear that Duku is not around. So since Duku is not around, we can make do. Okay, since Duku is not here, let's see if we can hear from the organizers of the July 17th protest action. Let me take a word with Crime Stopper Liberia. And then when I come back, we'll talk to our guys and call it a day. Right here. This is Freedom 87.9. And of course, you're listening to the Freedom Money Rise on the nation's favorite breakfast conversation. This break, we'll be right back.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia is the partner, official sponsor of the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. And so we have the official spokesman for the July 17th stand protest action against drugs and other issue. But for this massacre, will tell us more. For the good morning, welcome.
Thank you so much, Abu, and thank you for having us on this morning.
Yesterday, we saw your team march the streets of Monrovia, even though we understand you have a planned protest. But talk to us about yesterday march. What was it about?
Well, it is very evidential that President Bouaka has proven to be a political facao that has refused to listen to the cry, to the pain, to the agony, to the frustration of the Liberian people. So when a president refers to citizens as backing doors, it tells you that this is not the president that wants to dialogue. This is not the president that
the president was
to
being
listen
figurative. That's what they said. The president was being figurative, and you trying to make it like the directly call his citizens door. I just thought to correct that.
Liberians are a traditional group of people. Abu, no one set example on door. Door is not a good example. So the president being the oldest president should have known better. There is nothing, absolutely nothing figurative about a president referring to its citizens as backing doors. That was being rude, it was being arrogant, and being insensitive. So you see, of all of the complexity of contradictions, the president called his critics backing doors.
The president used an analogy to speak to a context he was, probably speaking in. But then you all opposition are saying, I want you to know that, the clarity came and they said the president did not refer to the citizens as though. I just wanted that clarity to be known. But go ahead.
There is absolutely no clarity.
Go to your issue, my brother. We'll finish with that one.
So Abu, 68% of the Liberian people are illiterate in this country.
Were you showing screen? The organizers, were you showing screen yesterday? Were you trying to show that you got the support, you got the grassroots behind you, and that was that what you're trying to do yesterday?
On yesterday, you have over 10,000 street vendors, people who sell in the streets because there is no job. But the president went ahead and banned street sellings across Monrovia. State security officers have used
street scandal to exploit them, arresting their markets, a president who they gave job, taking away job from the people. So over 10,000 street sellers on yesterdays and small businesses owners endorse the upcoming July 17 Boake Must Leave campaign. It was very historic. You saw market women, you saw Shushan boys, you saw Yanda girls, Yanda men, you saw marketers, the jubilant crowd as we marched through the principal street of Morovia. You saw the pins and the agony. You saw people who were passerby accepting and validating that this is what is ought to be done at this particular time. So yesterday was a fantastic event, but that's just a prelude. That's just a prelude.
But you've protested before. You have protested before, and yet the issues were not resolved. What surety you have now that July 17 can provide any sort of answers for all these marginalized and concerned Liberians that you're taking along in the street?
Abuya has a surety. We will protest even 5,000 or 5 million times as long rape continues to escalate in the country. We protest as long as the Constitution consistently remains to be violated. As a matter of fact, no government, not even military junta, has violated the Constitution as compared to President Boake. 197 times the Constitution has been violated.
But the government said you protest. Who they will not take the petition from you. The last time you came out, they did not receive your petition. So, Fode, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, I was saying
I'm here.
You protested before. The government did not take your petition. So I'll guarantee that your petition or your grievances will be listened to again. Don't you think you're going to be probably risking all of these people into the streets, especially when there is no end?
On July 17, it is the day that Liberian will decide whether democracy lives or not. Our lead organizer and campaigner of this event, Chairman Moluba Kilmalu, is a man who has always led from the front, not the back. So, Abu, there have been consistent of protests. The government has proven to be extremely intolerant and insensitive to listen to the people. But here's what we want to say. July 17 will be the day that Baboon will divide Koda. That is why it seems to be the biggest political conversion in history. The police will have only one alternative: respect and act into your constitutional confirm by protecting lives and property on that day. Because the people will be peaceful, but we will be resistful. The people will be orderly, but will be forceful. So what we want to say this, it is the moral and constitutional responsibility of the government to protect its citizens. Are we not citizens? The government, security officers, they have been paid by our taxpayer money. So Abu, there's a different kind of protest. There's not a petition protest. At about this time, we are calling on thousands and hundreds of people who should come out and say that you are tired with Godwin Coleman, with VP Kun, who will be facilitating and receiving gifts from transnational drugs cartel. And at the end of the day, the government cannot arrest drugs cartel operators in the country. If you are tired of seeing your sons, your daughters being reduced to prostitutes and zogos, and the government can do absolutely nothing, come out. If you are tired that you continue to pay every year as a matter of fact, children's school fee increase astronomically for no damn good reason, come out. If you are tired that you have graduated from school, but there's no opportunity, but Unity Party chairman wants the country to be run in a form and manner that you might join Unity Party before you have job, come out. If you are a journalist, you have been threatened, you have been flogged, come out. So this is a protest. Abu, this is going to be so serious that on that day, President Boake will have absolutely no alternative but either to lead or leave the Liberian people, because you promised the people in 2023 that when you come, you could do better. But now, since Liberia was funded, GST tax, general goods and service tax, have increased from 10% to 13%. That is why Liberians are experiencing more hardship since this country was funded, because the government were very insensitive. How dare you increase GST tax when you came to power on the basis of reducing taxes? Now you are increasing it to 13%. People are suffering in all sectors. Civil servant, when you are working, your salary becomes insufficient.
It is argued that there is general global hardship in the country. So why are you making it to look like this is only Liberia?
There is no general global hardship when the Unity Party government made a decision to increase tax to fund lavish spending. What is the government? Is government increasing tax for, Abu?
Okay. So
why is the government?
So you believe that the hardship in Liberia is caused by the Bwaka government?
The hardship in Liberia is an insensitive and wicked political decision filled with desperation to amass ill-gotten wealth, to pay big salaries to political loyalists while the ordinary people suffer. What are Liberians benefiting for paying taxes to the government? What are they benefiting? When I speak to you now, you have a border. Those services are not delivered in time and accordingly. Look at the border. Abu. Liberia has been reduced to a cocoa producing nation. Since this country was founded, we are now exporting jobs. We are not exporting rice. We are not exporting potato. Ono Bwaka and the Unity Party. Liberia is exporting cocoa. Is that social service of protection? So there is no reason why this government should increase tax. It is a wicked political decision because President Bwaka wants to complete his 10 million presidential palace in 4 years. As a matter of fact, this president has spent 17 million on useless foreign travels without no benefit. That is around 4 billion Liberian dollars. How is that social service to the people? So Abu, all of these sufferings, we want to say to our people, let us stop continuing to wallow in the criticisms of sitting at your home. Let us stop complaining. No. You do not just wait for elections to provide corrections to constitutional issues. I'm one of the opinion that if we sit and say we must wait for election, there will be no election year in 2029.
That's the constitutional path. That's the constitutional path.
No, Abu. The Constitution says, one of our constitutions
anything that's got to do with the alteration of leadership, we will subscribe to the electoral calendar. We do that. Yes, the
that is your contest, Abu.
The current guarantee that you can speak out on issues if you're not pleased, and you can call the government attention to concerns. Yes, I understand that. But yes, we have to encourage the people to wait for election and boot the rescue people out.
I disagree with Abu. The Constitution says more than that. Article 1 of our Constitution says this, and I quote, all power is inherent in the people. All free government are instituted by the people. The people have the willpower to alter, to reform, to bring down a government for their sole happiness and well-being.
Yeah, and the
when the country has been reduced to a cocaine producing...
No, the alteration refers to electoral alteration through the ballot. You can alter the government through the ballot. That is the one guarantee.
It is constitutional. Abu, it is constitutional that the people peacefully protest and assemble and call on their president to leave.
I'm not arguing.
Recent is a constitutional process.
Okay, but let me know from you, right? What do you think would be the short-term and the short and long-term goal of this protest? Let's say, what are the things that you would say must happen, right, in the short term as you go out to protest?
The very first thing, democracy in our country is dead. Democracy has died in Liberia. There's no longer 3 branches of government. We now have an imperial and insensitive executive. We now have a legislature that has been reduced to a political police of the executive. We now have a controlled judiciary. So we are asking on that day for democracy to be restored in this country. That's one. The second one,
what is your definition
we are asking for the immediate...
No. What is your definition of restoring democracy?
Restoring democracy is when the legislature holds the executive accountable. It's when that the president and an executive member of the government violate the constitution, they are held accountable. We don't see it anymore. We now see that when you criticize the executive, the legislative police in Speaker Kun goes to the microphone and hold you account all kind of useless apologies we are seeing here. People are being intimidated.
Okay,
we are now seeing the government.
Go to the next point.
The next point is very obvious. Godwin Como should not be anywhere around government. Godwin Como have killed more innocent Liberians than malaria have done in the last 3 years.
So you are protesting
for people in the Skinjo massacre.
You are protesting for Gregory to be removed from government. Is that a count?
Godwin should not be anywhere around government. President Boakai should immediately, effectively disgrace Godwin Como. He must dismiss him from office.
What justifies that?
Another one is the NEC boss, Widow. Widow is a player referee. This is a man who are in Unity Party data center. And you know, at times, it saddens me that major opposition political party, the CDC, the CMC, they are not concerned about Widow being election commission. It may we announce Unity Party first round victory in 2023 when CDC won the first round. That is the man who should determine and decide who becomes election winner in this country. We think that it is far from reality. That man is a partisan referee who should not be there. So Widow should be removed at NEC board, because if Widow remains down there, there will be absolutely no free and fair election here.
These are very ambitious objectives. These are very ambitious objectives for the. Do you really think you're going to succeed in those ones?
Abu, it boils down to the people of Liberia. Do you want your vote to be counted in 2029? Do you want that? If you want,
okay, so I'm sorry, the network have to hold for it there, but you listen. So, STEM organizers are planning the July 17th protest. Is just a couple of weeks from now. Let's hear you. What do you think? Fode is the national spokesperson for the group. Let's hope there is enough time for the government to engage with the organizers, sit around the table, and of course see how they can resolve these things. Times are hard. The country is extremely difficult. And it's important for leadership to listen to the people when they cry. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. And of course, you will be live on the conversation as we wrap it up. Good morning.
Good morning, Big Brother Abu.
Morning.
This is the problem to come up with. Yes, COP Woli. I represent concern for justice. Let me just give my contribution by just go to ask for the American Declaration of Independence. It says that all men were created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it is for this reason governments are instituted among men. And if any government refuses to perform this, the people are under moral obligation to run and to unseat such government. Let's bring it to the same government argument. Article 1 of our Constitution. In this government, there is no life, because if a man doesn't have a job, does that mean have life? No. There is no freedom. Do you see freedom right here? No liberty. If you would just look at the action of the police director that you are
so do you agree with Stan that the way forward is to protest?
I want to say endorse and not only endorse. Look, say I ain't so clear. I'm waiting for you to come recruit me. I want to be a part and parcel. I want to take the street, because for me, I feel now only street got result. The whole legislative branch have failed us. Okay. The people are stop carrying. They're not going.
Let's see how many other Liberians think the way you think. Good morning.
Morning,
morning.
Good morning to our great chairman, Chairman Molba Molu. Who was in busy digs that and I do join the conversation of the private community. Please, when trust added as many in our community. So, but let me say this.
man, you don't do protest here before, man. Don't come be scaring the people.
No,
The big
that will be tsunami. Well, okay, you saw it. That's why yesterday. And we marched. We went all the way west wind. And saw the young people coming on Michael Thurs. They were on the street to the party. What about more on that protest? So I put that for granted. Mr. Parker needs to step down. If you can't leave, then thank you so kind of opportunity. We must be this money.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Baburu One. That's not saying calling from Baburu County. Come on now, Baburu One. Yeah, I listen to the brother Abu. I listen to him. Instead everything that you say is 100%. But for me, they protest. They forgot about protest. People always say that they're suffering.
So you buy the boss you sell it far, but they not sell it far.
I'm not selling far, Abu. What I say, I'm not selling far. What I say, I'm not selling far, Abu. But when I say, Abu, they put always stop when you when I say, Abu. No, I'm talking about you or somebody. That's it there, Abu. That's all. Not to say I'm selling far, Abu. Yeah, I'm not selling far, my brother.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you. You not talking about you get the patience to bear it, but other people say they get the patience to bear it. They will take it to the street. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. How you doing?
Morning.
Yeah, brother, thank you very much. This is CP that I'm going for the junction. You know, you guys sometimes you can bring some impossibility on the table to discuss that what is not possible to bring on the table. You know, that people downplay them.
Okay.
Where in the Republic of Liberia you saw protests making president step down. Tell me the history. That you can't do, don't talk it. When you talk about it in the society that the problem we went through and you talk about it, we will say yes. Why can't the president will step down for president to go? Who you putting there? So if the pastor will say they are bringing a lot of failure and they bringing a lot of protests that will fail there because they did it, they want to learn. And no, nothing can honor you. So they are making charade.
So you against the protest?
I against them, but what they are saying is not reality.
But why you vet on the post say their own you vet? Why you sounding like you vet?
No, I'm not saying what I'm going to say, brother.
But yeah, the post say the president should stand and leave. Say the president will leave or leave, then you getting vet. You not start your daily money.
No, they say peaceful. The peaceful protest is constitutional.
Yeah. They say peaceful, but when their demands are not met, then they will insist. Then that means the government is not prepared to lead. The government should leave. Then you getting vet. Yeah, you can eat 3 times a day in the country. Yeah.
What is history? Like the air protest officer here because the protest are going. So don't bring impossibilities on the table. What you bring here is what is possible. We always join it rally.
Okay.
They will say yes.
So they might not talk about president leaving office.
Okay, if talk about drugs, we agree.
That I want to leave there.
Drugs killing our people. Yes.
Thank you. Good morning. You know, I like these interactions. They can be very beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Yeah, let me say good morning to your studio guest. My own son.
For the master.
Yes, for the master. This is my PHS when you're calling from PHP community. You know, the people are afraid. So they're sending their click there on the federal radio station that when somebody
what the main thing you will join the protest for that for George Bennett or work Bennett or the presses all going on. So what the one main thing you join?
Everything about
no, but choose one.
And I know all the discussion that they're going on. For all the rules and things that were broken. And then they got everything is matter for this protest.
Okay, but then man be actually first Barry, she back say everything. Good morning. I'm okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is Nigel, so I'm going from the speech. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
If I was somebody to join the protest, it is for drugs.
For drugs.
For law breaking. Yeah, it is for drugs. It's for the law to be guarded, but not for president to step down. Then I will not be part of it.
Okay. So for you, is that for George Bennett, you join the protest?
It has drugs and the law and the rule of law. To guard our law, I will be part of the protest. But it has for you to say president must step down. I
Why you scared of president stepping down? The president not leading the country good. I want bringing all the jobs. Then why you issue now? No, but our history been it. The book coming made history now. They say because okay, so you not part of it, right?
I will not be part of it.
But other people will be part of it.
I'm a leader of an entity.
You leader of what kind of entity? Where entity need?
I'm a leader of a Senate group.
Senate group?
Auxiliary group. Very large auxiliary group.
My man, what kind of auxiliary group, man? That election time you can say auxiliary group. Man, you leader nothing. That you want, you just passing around. You say you leader. What a group name? Where I call a group name.
I call a good name now. You know the good name.
Call a good name.
But the good name is Goji.
Goji. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
My name is Jonathan. Yeah, I'm calling from
Jonathan, my man, hold on. I think they follow from Ben on. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Go ahead. Sorry, man. Jonathan, hold on, please.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much, my dear brother, my dear and brilliant brother Abu. And thank also to begin to the hardworking family of the great freedom of the family. For the recognition for the public, poker, Robert. And I don't use this money for an unknown destination.
My man, you gotta make it quick. You talk for it, you be doing all that thing. How many times you want to introduce yourself like that? You already talk for it. Go straight to the point, my man.
No, I'm talk for that.
Yeah, but go straight to the point. Wherever you
Yeah, to the point of Abu. But I will get an invitation at the Mokam. People are saying
but they're not Liberian too?
Huh?
They're not Liberian?
But it's Liberian that actually
what are you talking about invitation?
The judge is, how we call it, is exception. And the people that making the man to come.
Yeah, but they say if the protest will be for no, they say if the protest will be for president to step down, they say they're not in that one. Ain't that right?
Come again?
They say if the protest will be for the president to step down, they're not in that one. That they're right now. They can choose what to do.
So the one where to the program where they say we have to step down during that time. They choose that one. That one constitution, right?
But you force the people to join?
Huh?
You force the people to join?
No, we're not forcing them. We're not inviting them. We're not getting invitation for them. The people that we inviting, man, going on there. Man, we are our son. With nothing, we not job. That you, so that you might in the country continuously. You see, the people are taking for the screen. I guess the screen enough. That's what people we are calling. We're not calling one for nothing, man. I think.
Hey, no, you gotta respect. I say the man. What I say, you concern more than everybody in the country. Good morning, Peter Lynn. Go ahead. I think you'll be the last caller. Time is up.
Good morning, Abu, and thanks for having me on the line. I joined you from Congo Town this morning.
Go ahead.
You see, Abu, I want to use this platform to call on all Liberians women. All right. And also our group, our advocacy group, the Liberian Young Women Against Rape and Gender-Based Violence, and the pro-Media Women, we will officially endorse the July 17 protest. We are welcoming this protest because of what is happening in our country. We are seeing the injustice. We are seeing witch hunt, hardship in the country. Things are difficult.
Okay.
The inability to lead as president is what we are looking at, and we're going to request him to step down from the presidency because of his.
I want to beat you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. BB things going on in the country. But anyway, we'll keep talking to the leaders and organizers to understand the clear purpose for the protest. Oh, yeah, I mean, I think after here, I will talk to some of the guys at the top there. Maybe this could be the desire of some of the folks collaborating, but what do they think? How are they driving their protest? What's the objective? My name is Abu Sharif. This has been the Thursday morning presentation of the nation's premier breakfast conversation, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9 People's Radio. Until I see you tomorrow, do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye. And that tomorrow going to be next week. Until we see you, do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.